All right, sir. Could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Lieutenant Colonel Robert Rice.
And can you please spell your full name?
My full name is Robert, R-O-B-E-R-T, Rice, R-I-C-E.
And what's your middle initial?
Middle initial is C, as in Christopher.
And what's your current job here?
I'm the battalion commander for 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines.
What's your hometown, sir?
I'm from, I was born in Richland, Washington, but I really kind of grew up overseas, but I consider Washington State to be my, my home of residence.
And tell me about your service with 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines.
Well, it's a privilege to be back with 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines. I was here previously from 2007-2008 time frame. I was served as executive officer with 3-5, 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines, and participated in the Operation Enduring Freedom deployment to Fallujah in 2007 or 2008 time frame.
Now, during this change in command ceremony, you had a chance to look out and see the entire battalion formed up on the parade deck. What's going through your mind at that time?
Well, you know, the Marines look great. I know they've rehearsed, but it's a wonderful day. You had the equipment out there, the howitzers, the LAVs, the gun trucks. The Marines are formed up. It just looks like an impressive formation, and it really dawns on you the responsibility that you're inheriting as a battalion commander to ensure you take care of these Marines and make sure they're ready for whatever mission comes next.
Lieutenant Colonel Griffin talked a little bit about the legacy of 3-5 and how that helps motivate commanders and Marines to live up to that reputation. How does that affect you and your ability to take on?
Yeah, I mean, I think Lieutenant Colonel Griffin had a spot on. I mean, this is a special battalion. Why? It's hard to pinpoint exactly why, but I think it stems from the legacy. This is one of the few battalions that reaches all the way back to the modern Marine Corps. The modern Marine Corps really started in World War I when the first time we formed up as a major land component for a significant land war. Previous to that, we'd always been small detachments aboard ships. And throughout our history, even after World War II, when the Marine Corps reduced its size, downsized, the two regiments that remained were 5th and 6th Marines. So this battalion goes back to the very beginnings of the modern Marine Corps and has been in combat ever since. And so that legacy stays within the unit. And so the Marines that come in today, they get indoctrinated into that legacy, and we truly feel we want to live up to those that have gone before us. So I think there's a really important intangible quality to the very impressive lineage in 5th Marines and 3-5 in particular.
So can you tell me about how you felt about the turnover? What kind of battalion has Lieutenant Colonel Griffin left you with?
Lieutenant Griffin is an impressive individual in his own right, and they did a great job on the 15th MU. They had a tremendous impact in the Central Command area of operations is the Middle East, being ready to respond to crisis, engaging with our foreign partners, and providing our President, our National Command Authorities options for responding to crisis. So the battalion is certainly ready, but like any battalion, it's going to go through a significant personnel turnover to return from deployment. So we're going to build on the SOPs that remain in place, but we're going to have a bunch of new Marines, new officers, new staff NCOs to be integrated into the battalion, and we're going to rebuild, and we'll be hopefully as good as they were last deployment, as our next deployment as a battalion landing team for the 31st MU.
During that rebuilding period, you know, you'll definitely be tested as a commander, but you come in here with also a leadership style and a leadership philosophy for how to build that command. Can you tell me about your leadership philosophy?
Absolutely. My leadership philosophy is relatively simple. It's focused on 3 points. I mean, one is to make sure that we're ready to respond to crisis. So we're going to be focused on our warfighting readiness. Secondly is our esprit de corps, and that's taking care of our Marines, our sailors, and our families. That really unit readiness. And the third aspect to me is sustaining the transformation. So we get Marines through the recruit training process. They're transformed from civilians into Marines. It's our responsibility here to maintain that transformation and really build the character of the individual Marines. So we'll focus as a unit on warfighting. We'll focus on taking care of the Marines as a unit, and we'll take a focus on the individual to make sure we build the proper character so that we truly are no better friend and no worse enemy.
As a commander, what's your most important priority for this unit?
The most important priority is to make sure that we are ready for any mission that comes our way. As the Commandant said, we need to be ready to respond to today's crisis with today's force today. So readiness is my #1 priority. But closely behind that is taking care of the Marines and looking after their personal and professional needs to make sure that they're ready to support us and accomplish the mission that comes our way.
So what's next for 3rd Battalion, 5th Marine Regiment?
What's next for 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines is actually well-earned leave. They came off the 15th MU at the end of May. they've been here as the Global Response Force for the past month or so. These Marines deserve some leave. They're going to take it, and when they get back from leave, we'll get into our training workups for next deployment, which should be sometime in late spring, early summer of 14. The first event on the horizon is going down to Yuma, providing some 81 millimeters mortars fires, and we're also starting to look ahead to going to New Zealand in November for an exercise with our coalition partners.
Is there anything you'd like to add?
I'd just like to add that it's a tremendous honor to be back in 5th Marines. Like you said, I've been here before as the XO, and to be selected to come back as the commander is sort of special. I don't know how unique it is, but it certainly it feels like coming home. The weather's great in California, and the Marines look tremendous, and I'm just really excited to be back here. So I appreciate the opportunity the Marine Corps has given me to come back and lead this tremendous battalion.